The 80s gave us TV shows that are considered amongst the best of all time, with memorable fashion trends and catchphrases. Shows like Miami Vice, Dynasty and Different Strokes addressed groundbreaking topics and won major awards. This list includes sitcoms, crime shows and assorted dramas that were rebooted or still referenced today. Take a walk down memory lane and add them to your must-watch list again. The ATeam, a TV series from 1983 to 1987, follows 4 Vietnam veterans framed for a crime they didn't commit. They help innocent people while avoiding the military team trying to capture them. Mr. T became a star from his portrayal as B.A. Baracus. Explosions and creative weapon-making add excitement to each episode. The 80s classic was made into a movie in 2010. Watch it on Apple TV, Vudu, or Amazon Prime. Dallas was a primetime soap about the wealthy and powerful Ewing family, whose personal and professional conflicts kept audiences hooked. The infamous "Who Shot JR" finale episode for season 3 became one of the biggest cliffhangers in 80s TV history. The owners of Ewing Oil were the subject of many vicious storylines, including the plot point that Bobby Ewing's death was just a dream. Dallas returned for 3 seasons in 2012 but couldn't top the show's original success. Available on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Vudu. Watch it now. Punky Power. The 80s hit show, Punky Brewster, is one of the best kids shows of all time. With important life lessons and amazing fashion, this confident orphan stole our hearts. Peacock attempted a 2021 reboot starring original Punky, Soleil Moon Frye, but sadly only lasted 1 season. Catch the original series on Peacock and Amazon Prime now. The Golden Girls, a hit sitcom from 1985 to 1992, changed society's view of women of a certain age. With an impressive 11 Emmy Awards, the comedic escapades of Dorothy, Blanche, Rose, and Sophia felt like family. Friendship through thick and thin is at the core of the series, and the laughs live on in syndication. Watch on Hulu, Fubo TV, Philo, Apple TV, Vudu and Amazon Prime. In the 1980s, a TV show called Knight Rider was a hit, featuring Michael Knight and his talking car, KITT, fighting crime. The show remains a classic and has been rebooted once but failed after 1 season. You can now watch Knight Rider on streaming services like Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and Vudu. Celebrating its 30th anniversary, Cheers was a hit TV sitcom for 11 seasons, winning 28 Emmys. The show became a favorite because of its great characters and outstanding cast, including Ted Danson, Kirstie Alley, Woody Harrelson, and Kelsey Grammer. Cheers also gave us popular spin-off, Frasier, which ran for 11 seasons and won 37 Emmys. You can now watch Cheers on Hulu, Peacock, Fubo TV, Paramount Plus, Philo, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Vudu. Street Elsewhere, a star-studded medical drama that aired from 1982 to 1988, introduced us to young Denzel Washington and Howie Mandel, and featured Mark Harmon and Ed Begley Jr. The show pushed boundaries by addressing serious issues, such as AIDS, and had a quirky charm. In a crossover episode, St. Eligius docs hung out at Cheers. The show won 13 Emmys and is now available on Hulu and Apple TV. In the 80s sitcom Different Strokes, "What You Talkin' 'Bout, Willis," became a famous catchphrase thanks to actor Gary Coleman's comedic timing. However, real-world problems plagued the cast, with Coleman battling health issues, and co-stars Todd Bridges and Dana Plato dealing with substance abuse. The show addressed serious issues in its very special episodes, and is available to watch on Amazon Prime. The iconic TV character MacGyver could do just about anything with a roll of duct tape and a Swiss Army knife. Fans loved seeing him use his resourcefulness to solve problems on the show, and his survival techniques have even become a verb in popular culture. Although the show aired in the 80s and 90s, it is still available to stream on various platforms such as Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Vudu. Child star Emmanuel Lewis became a household name through his role in the 80s sitcom, Webster. The show followed the fictional story of a young boy who is adopted by an old family friend after losing his father. Lewis played the title character, and his adorable looks ensured the show was a hit. Despite never winning any Emmys, Webster was a standout show that's now available on Amazon Prime. Fame, 1982 to 1987, was a hit television series set in the fictional New York City High School for the Performing Arts. The show followed a group of aspiring teenagers as they tried to find a balance between their personal lives and their dreams. The title phrase, "So, you want fame? Well, fame costs, and right here is where you start paying," became famous. The show won 9 Emmy Awards, but also had heartbreaking moments, such as a student dropping out of school due to financial difficulties and a tragic car accident. The series is now available on Amazon Prime and Vudu. Step back in time to the 80s with the iconic TV show Miami Vice. Follow detectives Crockett and Tubbs as they fight crime in Miami, while sporting impressive fashion choices and music. The show made stars out of Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas, and won 4 Emmys. Watch it now on Peacock, Apple TV, Vudu, and Amazon Prime. Hill Street Blues was a popular cop show from the 80s, famous for its catchphrase, "Let's be careful out there." The show followed a police precinct, whose location was never specified. With a talented cast and impressive writing, the show won 26 Emmys and a Grammy for its theme song. The creators insisted on a gritty feel, tackling issues like police corruption and cover-ups, while keeping audiences invested in the characters' personal lives. Hill Street Blues is now available to watch on various streaming platforms. Family Ties is more than just a sitcom, it's a beloved family drama that defies categorization. The show won 3 Emmys for Michael J. Fox's role as Alex P. Keaton, a conservative son of liberal parents, and featured memorable guest stars like Tom Hanks and Courtney Cox. Available on Paramount+, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Vudu, you can now relive all the trials and tribulations of the Keaton family. The Wonder Years, a classic TV show that aired from 1988 to 1993, focused on the life of young Kevin Arnold growing up in the 1960s and early 70s. The show touched on all the ups and downs of growing up and won 4 Emmys. Recently it was rebooted, this time with a black family at the center, and is available to watch on Hulu. Whether you were Team Carrington or Team Colby, everyone was Team Dynasty in the 80s. The soap opera was known for its fashion and catfights, starring Linda Evans and Joan Collins as main divas who mainly fought over Blake Carrington. It won an Emmy for Outstanding Costume Design and has been rebooted in 2017. Watch it on the CW and catch the original on Apple TV, Vudu, and Amazon Prime. The Facts of Life, a popular TV series from 1979 to 1988, followed Mrs. Garrett as she helped young ladies navigate life and love at Eastland School. The show's theme song had amazing 80s vibes, and it made stars out of Lisa Whelchel, Kim Fields, Mindy Cohn, and Nancy McKeon. The series had poignant coming-of-age storylines that touched the hearts of fans, and even featured a young George Clooney. The show is available to watch on Tubi now. Benson, the spin-off of Soap, starred Robert Guillaume as a former butler who becomes a governor's household affairs director. The show won 2 Emmys and was loved for its chemistry among the cast, including Jerry Seinfeld, who made his acting debut on the show. Available to watch on Fubo TV, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV. Cagney and Lacey, a hit 80s TV show, follows 2 female detectives in NYC. The show tackled many issues, including breast cancer, as one of the characters battles the disease. Starring Sharon Gless and Tyne Daly, the actresses took home multiple Best Actress Emmys for their work. Cagney and Lacey broke ground by portraying strong, capable women without objectifying them. Available now on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. Remember the show 227? It was part of NBC's Saturday night lineup in the 80s and followed the residents of a Washington, D.C. apartment building. Starring Marla Gibbs and Jackie Harry, it was full of hilarious misunderstandings and introduced us to the talents of Regina King. Harry even made history as the first black woman to win an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. You can now watch it on Hulu and Amazon Prime.